Alright, guys. I literally just woke up, and apparently we already have the Datamines for the New Year banner. Not sure why it came out so early. I mean, the trailer came out pretty early, a couple days before the actual banner. So I was expecting maybe the Datamine would be on the night that the banner is supposed to come out. But here it is already. I don't know what it is with these New Year banners and New Year units, but they just like showing us everything about them ahead of schedule. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. We're going to be talking about their stats. We're going to be talking about their boons and banes, and then we're also going to cover a couple of other interesting bits of info that they dropped in this Datamine. So let's just get started with the duo hero. So we have Peony and Triandra, and their HP is going to be 38. Their attack is 34. Their speed is 40, defense is 16, and res is 23. And I have my trusty cheat sheet right here. So their BST overall is 151, but it goes up to 190 with their duo skill. So similar to Ninja Lin, they're going to have that increased BST duo skill from now on. A little bit scummy on this banner in particular, because they are color sharing with another unit that's going to be from last year. So that's probably the one bad thing about the banner. I think everything else would have been fine. It's a very interesting support banner, and support units are always going to have viability. Only bad thing is, for some reason, they decided to clog up the color pools with the last year units as well. So a lot of people are unhappy about that, and me as well. I don't really think that's too good of an idea. So I'm not going to summon on this New Year banner. But anyways, there we go. And then Peony also has a super boon in speed and res if you want to go for plus speed. I would say you probably do want to go plus speed over plus res. Alright, then next up we have Plumeria, who I could not stop talking about last night when I was talking about the trailer. For some reason, I mistook all the other fairies for Plumeria. That's what happens when you try to record a video when you're just about to go to bed. So just a word of advice to anyone out there that's planning on starting a YouTube career. Make sure you're well rested before you actually get into a discussion. Okay, but Plumeria's HP is 41, attack is 42, speed is 17, defense is 18, and then res is 39. So very similar to the mythic Plumeria we've already got. Lots and lots of attack and res, and then everything else is basically just a dump stat for her. Interesting, her defense is so low. I wasn't sure what her defense was going to be, because they gave her close wards so she can counterattack dragon types. And I guess that makes sense. Like, what point would there be for her to have any defense? She's already weak to bow units, and then close ward doesn't really give her any bonuses to defense. So, it makes a bit of sense there, I guess. And she has a super boon in attack with a total BST of 157. So, that's actually not too bad. For a flying range dancer, BST of 157 is basically what Gen 1 infantry units had. Okay, next up we have Valoria. So, Valoria's got 41 health, 38 attack, 40 speed, 34 defense, and then 23 res, for a grand total of 176. Pretty strong for infantry. That seems to be the go-to BST nowadays for them. And she has a super boon in speed, which you obviously want to go for so that she can get jumped into the 180 BST scoring bin. Now, Valoria actually has, in my opinion, the best support weapon on the banner. And the reason why is because she passively grants the breath effect to any support ally within 2 spaces of her. And the reason why that's so nuts is because it's straight up better than Brave Lucina. She's going to be able to give that breath effect to any weapon type, regardless of who they may be. And that was the one weakness to Brave Lucina. She can't really grant the breath effect to mages or dragon types or anything like that. But Valoria actually can. And I don't know why I'm still calling it the breath effect. It's just special charge ramping, because it works on either phase. Doesn't have to be the enemy phase or player phase. So she's legit just stronger as a support than Brave Lucina. Only difference is that Brave Lucina, of course, gives you a whole bunch of drive stat bonuses as well. So I think this Valoria is going to be a very good unit to summon if people care about support. Alright, next up we have Kaden. And Caden's very interesting because he is the 4-star demote on the banner. So let's see what they're giving us for the 4-star this time. So 41 HP, 35 attack, 39 speed, 25 defense, and 28 res. And Caden's got a 168 BST. That seems pretty in line for cavalry types, so not awful. And then he has a super boon in defense. And your guess is as good as mine as to why that's the case. I'm surprised they didn't give him plus speed, considering his weapon has the Giga Excalibur effect, and he's really just trying to outrun the foes. Well, I guess the reason why is because he's the 4-star demote, right? Also, he's not a waifu, so they can't give him all the good stuff, right? They gotta save those for the females on the banner. But Kaden doesn't seem too awful of a summon if you want to go for the plus 10. It's just going to be really hard to plus 10 this guy on the banner because he's color sharing with last year's red hero as well. I believe it was Anna with the fortune bow. So, I don't know what they were thinking with this banner by color sharing with last year. But that pretty much just drops the value of summoning on this banner down to 0, if you ask me. And then finally, we have our Tempest Trial freebie unit. So, Keaton. And he's got 48 HP, 41 attack, 24 speed, 43 defense, and 20 res. And get this, Keaton actually has a super boon in attack. So with that, he jumps up to 45 base attack, essentially just making him the strongest free-to-play unit in the game, I think, as far as raw attack stat goes. So that's pretty awesome. And he has the 176 BST as well. So if you want to run him in Arena or Mjolnir Strike or something like that, and you go for that super boon and the plus 10, this guy is really going to be helping you out in basically all the modes. So a very awesome freebie. Also has some pretty decent art. I like the outfit that he's got there. So pretty cool stuff. And let's actually move on to this post here. This is basically a Datamine grab bag with a lot of the info from the Datamine here. And this has been compiled for us by the homie Banpei-kun from the subreddit. So I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video to this actual post on the subreddit. So you can go through all the info here and just check it out for yourself. But I just want to cover a couple of few details here. And we're going to start with Keaton since he is the Grand Hero Battle. So Keaton's skills are Resolved Fang. So he has a perf weapon. He's got Smite at 3-star, Sturdy Blow 2 at 5-star, and Attack and Defense Link 3 as a 4-star. Not really the most interesting of fodder skills. So again, they're just keeping up the trend of not giving us any good fodder skills on these free-to-play obtainable units. Really sucks, but I guess that's just how it is. And for his perf weapon, it's going to grant him a flat defense up 3. And at the start of combat, if foe's HP is above or equal to 75%, grants defense plus 5 to unit, inflicts defense minus 5 on the foe during combat, and then if unit's defense is better than the foe's defense, it deals damage equal to 70% of the difference between stats for a maximum bonus of plus 7. Essentially the Giga Excalibur effect once again, except instead of going for a speed check, we're going for a defense check this time. And that's pretty good for Keaton because he already has a crazy amount of defense in the first place. So I think it's a solid weapon. This guy is going to hit like a freaking train. And he also, of course, gets the plus 10 damage when he triggers a special if he transforms. So you can imagine, like, nuking builds with this Keaton are going to just have some really crazy damage output. So an awesome free-to-play unit, definitely. And if we go up here a little bit, we can also take a look at the new Sacred Seals we're going to be getting. So Steady Blow, you can level it up to level 2. And it gives you speed and defense up 4 when you initiate combat. Not really one of the better of the blow skills. I think, like, speed and attack are, like, Swift Sparrow is very good. Attack and defense or attack and res, like Mirror Strike and Sturdy Blow are very good. But I'm not too sure about Steady Blow and Swift Blow. or Swift Strike, rather. Getting the speed and then the defense or res is not quite as useful as the tankiness or the straight-up offensive prowess. So I don't think this one is going to be, like, too crazy. But, big news here, we're getting Attack and Speed Solo 3 at last. Pretty much as soon as Solo skills started being Sacred Seals, this was the most wanted Sacred Seal for most of us. So really awesome that we're getting it. Following up the Mystic Boost Sacred Seal as well. So, let me tell you guys, the next Tempest Trial that comes out with these Sacred Seals is going to have a lot of competition if it wants to live up to the Christmas and New Year Sacred Seals that we're getting. So, let's just wait and see what they get. Hopefully it's not something too crazy like Desperation or Vantage or something like that. I think a Guard Sacred Seal would be nice though. Lots of people still want that, and for whatever reason, we've just never gotten it. So, let's see what Insys decides to do. But very good Sacred Seal over there. And the final thing that I want to bring to your attention is the sale packs for New Year. Now, all of them were pretty much data mined, but the only one that has a picture is this one here. So, the most expensive orb pack. This is not the price in US dollars, by the way. This must be in, like, pesos or something like that, because, of course, all of this text here is in Spanish. So, I don't know, it's not going to be $1,900 for Valoria. I can guarantee you that. It's probably going to be, like, $75, which is the typical price for these sale packs that give out 143 orbs. So, they're letting you just bypass the banner and buy a copy of Valoria. It is a very high price, though. $75 US. Is that going to be worth it? I'm not entirely sure. But they're definitely doing the same thing that they did with the Forma Soul Lucina, where a lot of people probably bought the Forma Soul just to get Brave Lucina for the support. And I can totally see a lot of people buying this orb pack just to get Valoria for her passive support. So whether you want to go for it is going to be your call. But I will say, though, Valoria does seem like a very strong support unit. So could be a good idea to grab this if you don't mind spending the money. Also, you're getting 200 Heroic Grails. Pretty much the most wanted currency in the game. So can't really go wrong with that. I'm probably going to pick this up and then spend all of the orbs on the Lilina banner once again. Because I just need to get as many merges on those mythic heroes as possible before the Vault of Heaven actually drops. So that pretty much covers us for all the stuff I wanted to talk about in this Datamine. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Let me know definitely what your thoughts are of all of this in the comments section down below. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say as always. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.